Parshas Pinchas, a story for Shabbos. Pinchas at the end of the Parsha takes the spear, and I heard a very interesting story about involving a blade. In the Holocaust, there was a man who was, part of his job was to work with fixing something, I don't remember exactly what it was. He got a piece of metal embedded in his finger, in his thumb. So he went to the camp infirmary, and the camp doctor said, look, I'm going to have to take that out, otherwise your thumb's going to get very infected. The only thing is it's going to hurt like crazy, but you can't yell out. You can't make any noise. You can't scream, because if you do, the guards, the Nazi guards, are going to get upset, and they're not going to be very, very sympathetic to the cause. So the guy had his thumb. The guy started taking the piece of metal out of his thumb. And at a certain point, it was absolutely excruciating, and he yelled out in pain. The man yelled out in pain. The Nazi guard came in, and he took his rifle and had a bayonet on the end, and he bayoneted the guy right in the thigh, and he stuck his rifle into his thigh, and then he dragged him around the room with on the edge of this rifle, and his thigh got infected, badly infected. There was even a question of danger of amputation. At a certain point, the Nazis cleared the camp out. They said, we're going on a march. They went on the death march, and this guy was in excruciating pain with a infected thigh from the bayonet. And as they were walking on this march, people were dying along the way. This guy, at a certain point, he couldn't walk anymore, and not even intentionally, he just collapsed because of the pain in his thigh, and he fell into some bushes. And it turned out none of the guards saw him fall into the bushes. Most of the people on this march ended up dying. This guy, because he was hidden, managed to eventually make it out to the partisans in the forest. He survived the war, and his thigh healed. And I was told this story by his grandson. His grandson told me this story. So, sometimes people look at the Holocaust and say, well, how could it have happened? The truth is that from the Holocaust, we should take inspiration by seeing the people who survived, and the blatant Yad Hashem that we see for the individuals, the Hashgacha Pratis for the individuals who made it through, not those who didn't.